she can hear it from you.
No, I totally agree. All right, so it's recording. Yeah, it's recording, and I'll send it to you as a YouTube link.
Perfect. Okay, great.
All right, so again, so we're talking about finding the clients, again sales and marketing, and I'm throwing in closing in the presentation, but generally I actually do it in two separate presentations, but we'll kind of highlight these things today. All right, so I'm gonna be doing a quick introduction, your reach out setup, redefining sales. Group one, like we talked the other day, which is your personal contacts, and group two, businesses. Talking a little bit about closing, and then we're gonna win. We want to win.
Yes.
All right. So sales and marketing is simply getting good at creating relationships, and what I found is, like we talked the other day, if you can redefine that in your head, it kind of makes when you're calling whoever you're calling a little bit different, because if you remove the sales call stigma, or I've got to do this because I'm getting paid and I've got to meet my quota, or I got to pay my bills, so I need this deal. If you can get rid of all of that really gray area, it really comes down to, if you met somebody on the street, would you want to say hello to them? And
Yeah.
if you wanted to say hello to them, why do you want to say hello to them? Is it because you have something in your you know in your suitcase that you want to sell them, or are you wanting to just say hello? Just as, hey, I don't know this person. Because really, when you peel back the layers, that's the basis of human interaction, is to create a relationship. And if you redefine that process back to the basics, it sort of takes away all of the anxiety and stress, and all these different layers that, again, once removed, you're back to the basics of when we were little kids, and you saw another little kid. Little kids are the best example. When they see another little kid, their attention is totally focused on, who is that? Like, can I make that connection? So I've just learned to go back to the basics. Now, it's not easy, because again, as adults, we have all of this stuff that's kind of looming over why I'm reaching out to this person. But I do find, once I'm able to kind of just reseat my mind back to that basic level, it actually works. And here's what I mean. If I call someone and they're, in a bad mood, or if they're rude, or if they're, I just end the conversation. I don't go into my, hey, how you doing? This is who I am. Because you're probably going to have a bad experience, right? It's almost like,
Yeah.
little kid, even if we go back to the little kid example, little kids are exclusive about who they go up to. So, again, if your company is giving you a list of people to call, don't don't think that you have to talk to everyone on that list. Again, if I call someone, and here's the prime example. If you call someone and they say, "Who is this?" You probably want to just end that conversation by saying, "Listen, did not want to disturb you. Um, you know, you you could throw in who you are. I didn't want to disturb you. My name is Nora, yada yada. But listen, much success in your business, and have a great day."
Yeah. Great way to end it. And then they might even, do you ever have people like kind of ask for, wait, why'd you call?
Yes,
Because
yes.
then you're so nice about it and you're like, okay, no big deal.
That actually happens probably 50% of the time.
Wow.
You know,
I
so
can see that being a way to get in.
so again, if it's you know, if it's someone that you're reaching out via email or text, but especially the phone, and or you know, I like the plan that you and your friend have in terms of, you know, setting up the table in front of Lowe's or door to door. You want to be confident enough in your process that you have factored in the jerk.
Yeah.
You factored that person into the equation. Because like I said, you're going to be on the defense 99% of the time. But again, if you have created a plan where if you're dealing with someone who's rude, you don't waste your time. Okay? So
Yeah.
again, that's you know, that's just a little bit of a description on, again, you're creating relationships. But again, when you're creating relationships in your personal life, you are exclusive. You don't just create a relationship with everybody. If somebody gave you a list of people, you wouldn't feel that you have to create a relationship with all of them. You know, you would figure out which ones are really worthy of that relationship. All right. So,
That makes sense.
most definitely your reach out setup. Um, you want to have you want to have a consistent platform that's impressive. And these are some of the things that, you know, I was telling you that you and we could go into detail, you know, as we move forward. But you want to have, if you can, you want to have your own website. You want to have a matching email to that website. So if your website is nora.com, then your email would be nora@nora.com. And the reason is because these are the things that impress individuals when they see a consistent platform. It's almost like they hold you in higher regard. And you probably already have that with your company. I'm pretty sure they gave you an email, you know, that, you know,
Yeah, they did.
exactly. So having that, the other thing is having a calendar, you know, set up like Calendly or something similar, where if you're talking to someone, you don't have to, you know, it doesn't have to be a scenario where the person feels pressure in setting the time that you guys are going to have a follow-up. You just give them the link so that they can click on a calendar and set the appointment, you know, based on their availability. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I
Okay.
like
And
that.
you have heard of Calendly, right? I don't know if you and I utilize
Yeah,
that. Okay. Okay.
we didn't, but I've used it for like other things. Like I've booked appointments with people through it,
Perfect. Okay. So
not with my own business. But
okay. So yeah, having it actually, you want it for your own business, or having it for your own business should be priority, in terms of the reason why you have it over everything else, because again, this is your business. You know, this is where you're building your platform, and you know, this is probably where you're going to make, you know, a lot of money by having that element in the setup.
okay, very cool.
All right, so we talked about redefining sales. Sales is actually creating relationships that convert into contracts. So again, you know, obviously I went into, you know, the whole backdrop of just redefining it in your mind. Um, so anyway, that's that. So group one, your personals, your first targeted group should be your personal contacts. I'm almost done with going through my personal contacts. Going through that personal contacts really is helping you define your process. It's helping you grow your confidence. It is, and it's actually weeding out the possibilities that you might have had in your mind of, I wonder, will my cousin, you know, if I talk to my cousin, I wonder, would they, buy this product or this service. So those three elements of going through your personal contacts is all the reason why, again, you should, get a no fear tactic and saying, hey, I'm gonna use this as a learning platform, because that's the hardest group, people that know you. Hey, Nora, what's going on? Oh, what, so if you can convert the people in your own, your own personal contact list, then again, the confidence that you're going to build is going to make it so that, again, when you're calling businesses or whatever, you're already, you're good at it.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm talking about ex-boyfriends, the cousin who you had an argument with, former bosses, managers,
Friends that you're not really like close with, or friends of friends that you are cool with.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
isn't that the greatest test? You calling your ex-boyfriend like, hey, I'm calling you because I wonder, do you want to, you want to buy these solar panels? I mean, so again, the pressure that you put on yourself by going, I'm telling you, is going to turn you into a literally bona fide relationship builder. I'm not even going to say sales anymore. Relationship builder or rebuilder, however you want to call it. Because it takes guts to reach out to these people, not even caring what happened in the past, because you're laser focused.
I like
So
that.
this is all through my own trial and error.
I wonder, like, do you think, what if, I don't know if it's kind of weird if I have phone numbers of people like, or what if I have, oh, you know what, I deleted that previous LinkedIn, but previous like clients I worked with, like who I would recruit for jobs who live in Maryland, would it be totally weird or inappropriate to call them?
Nothing is inappropriate. Nothing is inappropriate, because how do you know they don't have a house that needs solar panels?
Most of them do own homes, the people I would talk to.
Yeah, so no, nothing is inappropriate. Like, there's nothing
It really is
inappropriate.
no different than what you're talking about. You're really saying anybody in that, like
Yeah,
even
that's
people, that you just met one time or you used to try to recruit. Now you're calling to see, you check in, see how they are, and say like, hey, you ever looked into solar? Like, that's what I'm doing now.
yeah. And what, again, like I said, you learn how to get good at this because, you each conversation should be uniquely different based on whatever set of circumstances and criteria and data. Meaning,
Yeah.
if you're calling an ex-boyfriend, obviously you want that conversation to angle a certain way. You don't want to say, hey Jeff, you want to buy solar panels. It might be, hey Jeff, how's everything going? I know we haven't talked. I don't know if you're still mad at me or whatever. If you were in the wrong, you might have to do some apologizing. If he was in the wrong, you might have to do some forgiving just to have the conversation. I mean, you know, it touches so many different aspects of you. I mean, this process does that. It's healing in a lot of different ways. But again, most people won't give you this angle that I'm giving you. Like, you probably would go in a thousand sales training classes and courses, and they will never go this deep. But
Yeah.
I have learned that if they don't do this, unfortunately, you're going to have to learn the hard way. Because people will tell you, oh yeah, just call people you know. Really? It's that easy? Call people I know, huh? Like, you can't give me any more insight into how that's going to work.
Yeah. No, you never really hear much about that part of things.
Oh yeah, your first deal is probably going to get with people you know, so just call everybody you know. Okay. So I've learned, when I'm talking to people, to kind of give them a little bit of a heads up of what that really means. Because again, you're going to be facing, you're going to be facing your past, really. And our past has got some good, it has some good sides to it, but it has some bad sides to it. But
Absolutely.
but the process itself is turning you into a bona fide relationship builder, because basically it doesn't matter what you throw at me. I've learned how to, creatively define success in each interaction. Can you hold 1 second? I've got to take care of it. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. What's up, man? Okay. Man, if you need to get in, let me know. I like that truck. If I had the money, I would. How much? All right. Yeah, we talk about it. All right. Okay, you still there?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. All right,
Oh, no
so
worries.
yeah, so like I said, reaching out to those personal contacts it's a little bit deeper than what the average, training will tell you. And again, like I said, because again, when you go through your phone, and what I really mean is, it should be a scenario where you don't skip people, right? Because every relationship can be turned into a good relationship if there's history. And it doesn't matter if that history is good or bad. There's a point of reference that, you can turn it, which is different from recalling people you don't know or businesses you don't know. That's totally different. Meaning, if someone is rude to you the first time you interact, that's probably someone you want to, avoid.
Sure.
All right, so group 2, businesses, we kind of went into that a little bit. Again, just being exclusive about, who you talk to. You definitely want to be talking to people that are receptive. You want to also understand that you may not be good at creating these relationships in the beginning, but as long as you're consistent and you keep reaching out and you're aware of your numbers, and you only know your numbers by doing it, meaning how many calls generally do I have to make before I get through to a potential potential contract? Is it 10? Is it 50? Is it 100? Because as you're doing it, those numbers should start to increase in your favor. Based on you learning how to do it.
Sure.
So, okay, and closing, learning to close comes with practice. So really your goal should be, when you make a call, to be able to close that person right then and there. And that should, that definition of closing, actually, only based on whatever, set of criteria. But if your goal is to have that person swipe their credit card, then you want to get to the point where you literally can do it in one conversation.
Definitely.
So, and play to win. That's it.
Yes. Excellent.
Thank you.
This is great. Pumps me up for the relationship building.
That's the goal. That is the goal.
Yes.
So yeah, like I said, I will shoot this to you, and you can you can share it with her. I think I may be doing this every Friday, because there's so many different aspects to this process. So one thing with my team that we might be able to do if you want it is practice calls. And don't worry about that call. Don't worry about that call coming in. When I say practice, practice calls, meaning we would be role playing the different scenarios. So, and if you want it, we could actually do it next Friday, or even earlier, where we could role play a personal contact scenario, and then we could also role play a business contact scenario. And the third one that I actually didn't put in this presentation that you and I talked about is the high power clients.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So that's where you're trying to meet the owner of a chain of restaurants, or, a millionaire neighbor next door, those type of situations.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm down to role play that. I know Monday's Memorial Day. So I'm down to as soon as you'd like to, honestly.
Okay. Well, yeah, you could just check your schedule and let me know. I'm pretty much open.
Okay. I imagine you probably want to take Monday off.
Not at all.
No? Oh, okay. And I know it's a holiday, so a lot of people, but honestly, I'm trying to get things going. So if you're down Monday, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm available. What do you think is a good time for you Monday if you know already?
I guess maybe the same time? 10 o'clock? 10 a.m.?
10 o'clock. Yeah, I think that works.
Okay.
Monday at 10.
Let's do it.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think it's good because sooner I practice, it's gotta be my main focus right now. So
True indeed. Yeah. Okay, so I'll put it on the calendar for Monday at 10, and like I said, I'll get this over to you. Give me an hour and I'll send it to you over as a YouTube link, and we can go from there.
Sure. And then maybe Monday, if we can coordinate with Sierra, maybe we could practice, like we could run by you what it would look like us meeting with somebody, whether it be a real estate agent or someone else who's a decision maker,
right,
or kind of connected person. Like maybe we can also practice that if you think that's a good idea.
We could definitely do that, because we're probably that will get us actually closer to me. Okay, so yes, that will get us closer to the people that I want to connect you with, knowing that it's not just, hey, call this person, that we actually have a little bit of a strategy behind it.
Yeah, excellent. That'll be great. So we can practice a few of those things. It's going to be great and super useful. And maybe we can also run by you. I feel like you'll have good insight with all different environments. So maybe we can kind of tell you our thoughts with what we'd imagine when we set up tables or stuff like that. Events, just kind of bounce some of that off of you as well.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, great.
All right.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I'll put it in my calendar for Monday at 10, and I'll see if she can do that.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course, I think the training's great, and I'm super excited.
Me too. All right,
awesome.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, talk to you. Bye.